Hello, Shinju County teachers and teaching assistants. This is Jason at the English Education Resource Center and your #1 fan. For this teaching tip, we're going to look at what about the rest of the class? You may have one or pairs or a small group performing at the front of the class. What is the rest of the class doing? Are they paying attention? Really? How do you know? You may have an activity with one or a few students participating. What about the rest of the class? What are they doing? You may be assuming that some type of peripheral participation is taking place, but again, how do you know? A suggestion would be to create multiple engagement roles for all students which occur simultaneously. Think of this as a way of instructional layering. All right, so that way all students have something to do for the entire lesson. All students have a role to play. So take, for example, one student is giving a report or doing something in front of the class, and all the rest of the class is part of the royal cheer squad. When and if they hear a certain word, they can give a cheer, they can applause, or if there's a pause, they can cheer and give applause. All right? Or maybe you have a few students participating in an activity in front of the class. Well, you can take a support break, and during the break, the rest of the class can give suggestions to those students about how they may be able to improve their activity performance. Maybe you had a small group just give a report. We could have the rest of the class then give a summary of that report in their own words. Or maybe you have a small group of students that are reading a text out loud for review, for the class to review. But they're reading it out loud out of order. So then the rest of the class, once these students are done reading out loud, the rest of the class then has to put those students in the proper order that the text should be in, based on their textbook or whatever the reading is. So when you've got one or some students doing something in front of the class, always think, what about the rest of the class? And then consider creating these multiple engagement roles for all your students. Both you and your students will be happy you did. Well, that's all I have for this teaching tip. I want to thank you for your time and attention. Remember, what you do matters, and you are super every day and in every way. Until the next teaching tip, take care and have fun in your classrooms. This teaching tip was brought to you by the EERC of Shinju County.